Welcome back everyone to my apartment. I finished school last Wednesday. I am officially a junior in college, which is crazy. I honestly get a little bit scared because I do not feel like I should be an upperclassman in college already. I feel like I was just an upperclassman in high school, so it's kind of freaking me out. I thought I would put a spin on a classic college topic people talk about, which is like what to bring for college. Instead, I'm gonna tell you what not to bring for college, because I feel like there's so many things where they're like, you need this, like you're gonna use this every single day, and then you never use it and it just takes up space and then it's just a waste of money. So I actually have a few of my own that I came up with, but I also asked y'all, so I'll add in a few of those to see what your responses were. Let's get started. The first thing that you definitely do not need, actually, well, let me just preface this. Preface this. So I don't live in the dorms. I live off campus in like off campus housing, and so like that might change a few of these things because like my apartment came with some things, and I'm also living with 5 roommates, so we all kind of like compile a few things. The first thing that I brought that I did not need, freaking cups, dude. I have not used a cup all year long, and like that sounds crazy, but I'm not kidding. I can't remember the last time I poured a glass of water in this cup. I have just used this all year long, or just another reusable water bottle. It's so much more convenient. You're always on the go. Honestly, you never really have time to like sit down and eat like a fancy meal to where you have like set plates and stuff, but even then, like I wouldn't get a cup out. I would just use this. So cups, you don't need them. Just get a water bottle. Next thing, kind of on the same topic, is you do not need 6 different sets of flatware. This was kind of just something that happened with my roommates, is we all didn't know each other coming into it. So we were all like, oh, we're all gonna bring our own dishes, and like we'll all just use our own dishes. It lasted a week. But like literally we have so many different plates and stuff, and just, I guess it depends on your roommates and how close you'll get, but we did not need to use 6 different sets. And next year when I like move in with my new roommates, I think we're gonna do that same thing where it's just a lot like more space convenient to share plates. I don't think that's crossing a line with germs, because obviously you're gonna wash them, but I don't know, maybe some people do. Anyway, maybe talk to your roommates about buying just 1 set. Alright, the next thing I have not personally used all year long, freaking highlighters. I don't know why I keep saying like so aggressively. Like I literally have this bin on my desk, and I haven't used any of it except for this, and that's just because I use everything digitally. I do have an iPad, which makes a huge difference because then I don't need any of this stuff. But I think even just my roommates like who use notebooks and stuff, I mean most stuff is online anymore, so you're not writing a ton, you're just taking notes on paper. But even then I think they just use like a pen. I've never seen them use highlighters. Take that for what it is. If you have like a digital tablet or something, don't waste your time or money buying stationery. You do need a good pair of scissors though. These are honestly the best ones I've ever bought. I don't know where I got them, but if you want to find them, highly recommend, because they've been through a lot with me. They open packages, actually, that's all they do. And kind of off the same note, like I don't even have this to show you because I don't have one, is a pencil. I do not have a pencil. I've only had to use a pencil 3 times, actually 4 times this entire year. Yeah, 4 or 5. And that's because I had to use it to do a Scantron in the testing center, and every time I had to buy one, and they made me pay $5 for a pencil. First of all, they're making a lot of money off of that. Second of all, I just didn't have a pencil because I don't use them. I prefer pens 10 times over pencils if I'm gonna use something on paper. I don't even have a pencil. I don't even know if you needed one. Like if it was gonna save my life to give you a pencil, I would just die because I don't have a pencil. I don't even know where to find one, if I'm being honest. I'm like looking around, but no, I don't have a pencil. People who are older than me probably think that makes me super Gen Z or something, but whatever. The next thing I did not use all year long, I don't have it to show you really, but I have something close, is a backpack. Actually, I guess this was my backpack. Senior year or college year? I can't remember when I did this. Okay, so I use a backpack for like traveling. Like I've had plenty of use out of this backpack particularly. I like them because it carries my laptop, and like if I'm gonna go on a work set or something, like then I might use that. But honestly, I have not worn a backpack on campus once. I use a tote bag. I don't know if y'all can see it in the back there. It's so much more convenient. I feel like it holds so much more stuff. It's so much easier to get in and out. I slide my laptop in there, slide my books in there, my calculator, my chargers. It's all I need. I feel like a mom with a diaper bag, but hey, it holds everything that I need, and I love my tote bag. So maybe look into it, but I love my tote bag, and I would recommend it to anybody. Okay. next thing you will not need is like ramen or like freezer meals. If I'm being honest, you have time to make something better than ramen. It might not be like a class A meal, but you can make something better than ramen. I just made baked oats, okay? I don't have time to make baked oats, but I made baked oats. I made it a priority. So if you want to make it a priority, you can make it a priority. I haven't bought ramen. That's my proudest moment, is I have not bought ramen once. I haven't bought mac and cheese either. For me, a lot of times I'm busy, like super busy and too busy to like make meals, but like you can throw some toast in the toaster and call it a day. So like those freezer meals, we have a bunch of them. My roommates and I bought a bunch of them, and like we just never really use them. We do cook a lot, community meals, and we just like make fresh food. I feel like it tastes a lot better. I have not used freezer meals. I know honestly, if you're going to buy some from Trader Joe's. This is not like sponsored or anything. Trader Joe's has really good healthy options, but also their serving sizes are almost like they're made for college students, because it's like literally one serving size instead of like going to Target or something where it's like a bigger family meal and then you just have like random leftovers. Really, ramen? Nah, I think that's a whole like college stereotype. The majority of college kids I know actually eat really healthy. That could also just be my school, like it's a very healthy school. The next thing you do not need is kind of a two-part one. First part is like fun books to just read for fun. You won't have time to read for fun, I promise. And if you have time to read, you should probably be reading like the actual assigned readings. You're not gonna have time to like read for fun. So don't bother like bringing extra books. Second thing that you do not need, and I'm a big advocate for, is you do not need textbooks. And these are like two of my assigned readings that I had this year for my classes. I haven't opened these once. They look like interesting books though. Wait, why did I have to buy these? Like, see, that's my point. It's like, half the time they're like, oh, you need this. Like, they'll say in the syllabus, like, you need this. And, like, honestly, you don't, ever. And if I do, I feel like the professors are really good about getting, like, online digital copies or, like, sending you the specific pages that you need, because textbooks are expensive. It's kind of a waste of money to buy them. So I would recommend waiting, like, a couple weeks into your class, and then if you truly need it, then. And that's honestly, like, half of what y'all are saying, too, is, like, some of the course textbooks, science textbooks, course books, textbooks for some classes, some of my textbooks listed in the syllabus. See, literally everybody, you do not need them. Okay, the next thing y'all said was paper calendars and like paper planners. Yeah, I've never used that. Ever. I had a paper calendar like once and it just didn't last very long. Honestly, like it's so much more convenient to just roll everything digitally. And I have had a few people actually say in this little response box that they use my spreadsheet thing. I will show you guys. So I made like a little sheet and separated by week, by class, with every single assignment, every single paper, every single project, every single exam for the entire semester. And then I would cross them out when I finished them. And like this was exam week that I just finished. I ended with 284 assignments, tests, everything like that for a semester that started the second week of January and ended third week of April. So it's pretty packed in there, but that changed my life. I do have a video on how I created that and like have my recommendations for it. Y'all can check it out, link it somewhere. But honestly, that is way more effective than any daily planner that I've ever tried to use. So check that out. Okay, next thing that I have that I probably should use that I don't use, and I'm probably gonna get roasted for this, is fabric softener. I know this like saves your clothes and stuff, and I know how to use it in my washing machine at home, but like I don't know how to use it in my washing machine here. It's like a really, really old washing machine. Like there's no dispenser, which is like where I got confused, and then I didn't want to like mess with things, so I haven't even opened this. Like it's brand new, a brand new thing of fabric softener. It smells good. Probably shouldn't smell that, but that's toxic. Next thing, kind of along the same lines, is an ironing board. Somebody used it because there's a spill on it. We got like this little mini one, and we got like a little cheap iron from like Walmart. We haven't used it once. And like I'm from Texas where you don't need an iron because it's so humid. You walk outside and everything's like iron. But really like even then you're not gonna be wearing anything super, super nice enough to where you need to iron it. And if you do, you might as well just invest in a steamer. It's a lot more like space effective. I don't know what the right word is. I feel like it's faster too. It's faster than ironing. So don't waste your money on an iron, especially if you have limited space. Okay, the last thing that I'm seeing a ton of is like, if you're not going to use everything digitally, which 90% of people are saying that they do not recommend getting notebooks. They recommend getting some notebook paper and a binder, and that like apparently works a lot better. I feel like I used that in high school. I did not like notebooks, especially like composition notebooks. I'm sorry, but who designed those? Like, do y'all remember when we had to get composition notebooks and like for like science in 6th grade, and they would never like open, and there was like the bend? I don't know, that is like my worst pet peeve, composition notebooks. Wow, I just remembered how terrible those were. But lots of people are saying that like just getting some loose lined paper is a lot better than notebooks. And to kind of go off that, wrap it all up, the biggest thing I have not used is a printer. You don't need a printer. If you're going to use something, if you need to print something, somebody else will have a printer, or your campus has a printer, and printers take up so much space, so really you don't need one. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully this gave you some ideas of what not to pack, of what college is like in the 2021 post-pandemic world where everything is online. You do not need a lot of stationery. Honestly, you can just share a lot of stuff, which is what it comes down to. I don't know, hopefully this helps somebody. I don't know, let me know if you guys want to see some more college vids. The next one I film, I'll be back in Dallas for May, and then I'm back up here for the rest of summer. So, I will see you guys next week. Bye.